Is it right for a man to leave his wife if she cannot bear a child? Would love still go if the culture says no? What I am about to tell you is a story that was published in the 1950s, which shows the tradition and culture of Afghan about family law and marriage life. The Wedding Dance by Amador Daguio. A wheel reached for the upper horizontal log, which served as the head-high threshold. He slid back the cover, stepped inside, then pushed the cover back in place. After some moments, during which he seemed to wait, he talked to the listening darkness.
I'm sorry, this had to be done. I am really sorry. But neither of us can help it.
And William knew that Lunai heard him, and his heart pained her. With bare fingers, he stirred the covered smoldering embers and blew into the stove. When the coals began to glow, William put pieces of pine on them, then smooth round logs as his arms. The room brightened.
Why don't you go out?
He said.
Enjoy the dancing women.
He felt a pang inside him, because what he said was really not the right thing to say, and because the woman did not turn.
Mom, hindi niya naalis yung ano.
You should join the dancers, as if nothing had
Hindi niya
happened.
mabasa pag bumiyag, wala na.
He looked at the woman huddled in the corner of the room, leaning against the wall. I don't want any man, she said sharply. I don't want any other men.
It is not my fault.
He said, feeling relieved.
You cannot blame me. I have been a good husband to you.
Neither can you blame me, she said. She seemed about to cry.
No, you have been very good to me. You have been a good wife. I have nothing to say against you.
He said.
It's only that a man must have a child. 7 harvests are just too long to wait. Yes, we have waited too long. We should have another chance before it is too late for both of us.
This time, the woman stirred, stretched her right leg out, and bent her left leg in. She wound the blanket more snugly around herself. You know that I have done my best, she said. You remember how angry you were once when you came home from your work in the terrace? Because I butchered one of our pigs without your permission? I did it to appease Kabunyan. Because, like you, I wanted to have a child. But what could I do? He put the coconut cup aside on the floor and came closer to her. He held her face between his hands and blew longingly at her beauty. But her eyes looked away. Never again would he hold her face. The next day, she would not be his anymore. Go back to the dance, she said finally. It is not right for you to be here. They will wonder where you are, and the Duliman will not feel good. Go back to the dance. She bit her lip now, then shook her head quietly and sobbed. She flung herself upon his knees and clung to them. Awiyaw! Awiyaw! My husband! I did It could climb the mountains fast. Even now it is firm, full. But Awiyaw, I am useless. I must die. I don't care about the fields. I don't care about the house. I don't care for anything but you. I'll have no other man.
Then you'll always be fruitless,
He said. I'll go back to my father. I'll die.
then you hate me. If you die, it means you hate me. You do not want me to have a child. You do not want my name to live on in our tribe.
She was silent. The gongs thundered through the walls of their house, sonorous and far away. She took herself away from him, for a voice was calling out to him from outside. Awiyaw!
Awiyaw! Oh, Awiyaw!
They are looking for you at the dance.
I am not in a hurry.
The elders will scold you. You had better go.
Not until you tell me that it is all right with you.
It is all right with me. He clasped her hands.
I do this for the sake of the tribe.
He said. Ali went to the door. Awiyaw! Awiyaw! It is hard! She gasped, and she closed her eyes and buried her face in his neck. The call for him from the outside repeated. Her grip loosened, and he buried out into the night. Lumley sat for some time in the darkness. Then she went to the door and opened it. The moonlight struck her face. The moonlight spilled itself on the whole village. She could hear the throbbing of the gangsters coming to her through the caverns of the other houses. She knew that all the houses were empty, that the whole tribe was at the dance. Only she was absent. And yet, was she not the best dancer of the village? Did she not have the most lightness and grace? Could she not, alone among all women, dance like a bird tripping for grains on the ground, beautifully timed to the beat of the gangsters? How long ago did she dance at her own wedding? Tonight, all the women who counted, who once danced in her honor, were dancing now in honor of another, whose only claim was that perhaps she could give her husband a child. It is not right. It is not right! She cried. How does she know? How can anybody know? It is not right! She said. Suddenly, she found courage. She would go to the dance. She would go to the chief of the village, to the elders, to tell them it was not right. A wheel was hers. Nobody could take him away from her. Let her be the first woman to complain, to denounce the unwritten rule that a man may take another woman. She would tell Awiyaw to come back to her. He surely would relent. Was not their love as strong as a river? A few more weeks, a few more months, a few more harvests. What did it matter? She would be holding the beam flowers, soft in the texture, silken almost, but moist where the dew got into them, silver to look at, blooming whiteness when the morning comes. Lumnai's fingers moved a long, long time